Hello and welcome to another Cities Skylines 2 episode here on the Mole Under Management channel. My name is ChaosMole and today we are watching the feature highlight episode 12, Sound and Music. And I know what you were thinking here. Wait a minute. You're making a reaction slash deep dive video on music and sound in Cities Skylines? What the hell? Is there nothing else you have to do? Well, no, there's actually quite a bit of stuff I have to do, but this is still important. I know that people who might not be familiar too much with City Skylines will look at this topic and will go immediately, why would I care? But you should. Like, actually one of the biggest features, and which also got a lot of DLCs, which were apparently also pretty successful from what we heard, were like radio stations, right? Like you had your different radio stations with different hosts, and then of course you had like your different music playing on them. And people love that stuff. As I said, look up the DLCs list for City Skylines and you will see a lot of radio stations. So people definitely wanted that. I'm not quite sure how the sound plays in. Like, I always believed that the sound in City Skyline was completely fine and was representing a city, I guess. But maybe they can improve on it. I'm not sure what the deep dive will be I'm normally doing after the first reaction, but I guess we have to watch and see it, right? So let's jump right into it, shall we?
The sounds of the city. Inspiring.
Interesting start.
Exciting. Annoying.
I like the sound of my city.
In Cities Skylines 2, a rich and dynamic soundscape brings your city to life.
This looks so awesome, man.
What would a city be without the hum of traffic and people?
A ghost
ratchet
town.
Up the realism of Cities Skylines 2.
Literally, it will be a ghost town.
People and animals add to the audio mix. Cars even sound different depending on how fast they're going. While sirens match the European or North American theme of your city.
It's kind of funny because Europe has
Click
different
on a person and you'll hear
sirens.
an audio cue that expresses their age, gender, and mood. Even animals will have something to say when you click. Almost
Cool.
all city service buildings have sounds related to their function and operational status. These
That's
sounds
pretty
can
neat.
change with the time of the day, the outside temperature, and when it's extended or upgraded.
Huh.
By layering sound loops with distinctive audio spots, city service buildings
It
add
shows
variation
again
and texture
how
to
much
the city
detail they're
soundscape.
putting into City Skylines too.
Ambient sounds are more than background audio. They follow the camera, changing according to whatever you're looking at. Move from one zone type to another, the ambient sounds change.
That's
When
pretty
bad weather
cool.
blows in, the ambient sounds change. As an emergency unfolds,
I love the
the
rain
ambient
sound.
sounds change.
Oh, well, and the smoke.
There are two radio networks
Here they are.
in Cities
Oh,
Skylines
only
2.
two?
Each network features
Oh,
a few
boy.
stations playing music from different genres.
Oh boy.
Stations have hosts who talk
That
between
means a lot of
songs and anchor
DLCs.
the talk show if there is one. Public citizen radio stations mostly play classical music, but there's a little pop in there too. The best part is these stations are ad-free.
Cool. Well, if you want to.
Radio
Yo.
stations do more than entertain you. They're designed to deliver news and information about what's happening in your city.
Oh, that's
These
new.
fact-based announcements can help you address critical situations before they get out of hand. Of course, that includes disaster alerts. Whatever's playing on the radio will be interrupted if disaster strikes.
All citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is under control.
Oh,
Don't
that's
worry
cool.
if you miss it. You'll also hear an alarm if
Ah.
you built an early disaster warning system building.
That looks interesting. Looks like more like a super weapon from Command &
To
Conquer.
avoid overwhelming you with too many
Which I
sounds
like.
at once, City Skylines 2 uses audio grouping. This system accounts
Wow.
for the distance and number of sound sources relative to the camera.
Neat.
Then it reduces the number of potential audio sources activating simultaneously. It also switches between close and distant sounds, so traffic on a busy highway miles away doesn't sound as close as that police cruiser speeding past.
Makes
The
sense.
immersive audio of City Skylines 2 is designed to enrich your city building experience. Embrace it and lose yourself in a world of your imagination.
That's cool. That's really cool. I enjoyed that. Let's jump back here a little bit because, man, okay, a few things I want to talk about. First things first, I know I have mentioned this in my previous videos all the time, and I sound a little bit like a broken record here, but I still believe I cannot say this enough. Cities Skylines 2 really feels like the next step, the next evolution of Cities Skylines. I think I speak for a lot of fans when we were probably all a little bit concerned when they first announced the game with no information whatsoever, and we only had a cinematic trailer, and a lot of people were afraid that Cities Skylines 2 will be just Cities Skylines 1 without all the DLCs, without all the expansions. We are starting at the beginning, and they upgraded a few features far in between. I mean, that's what EA has been doing quite a bit with their video games, and if you have played The Sims like I did, they have done so with every new Sims game. The Sims was specifically problematic because it had even less features than The Sims 3 when that came out, and did the same thing with removing like all the DLCs which were in The Sims 2 and so on and so forth. Like, as somebody who has over 1,000 hours in The Sims 4 alone, the fear of just, here's the next part of that game, but we removed all the DLCs, is real. And I hate to say this a bit, but we don't have to go that far. We don't have to go to EA and make fun of EA. Paradox has been known for that as well. They have been doing that to their games now and then. That they released a new version and you looked at it and you go, wait, why does this exist in comparison to the previous one? But so far, everything I have seen in Cities Skylines is, or the second one, is not a problem. It seems like they really took every single aspect. They left all the DLCs in, and then they just expanded on the system, which is mind-boggling, right? Of course, we have to play it, and we have to play it for a lot of hours to get a full picture, but so far, this is very promising. But with that said, let's talk a little bit about the radio stations. I think the two biggest new features here in this video, like, sure, what they're doing with the sound and all that, that's pretty cool. And for all the audiophile fans out there, that's a big step, right? But this one is super interesting because first, you can now deactivate advertisements, right? A lot of people found that annoying when the same ads were playing over and over and they were interrupting the music you were just listening to. You were like in the flow, you were listening to the music, and then there were ads. And I was just like, oh, come on, man. Yeah, they are funny the first time, but after I have been playing this for hundreds of hours, damn, I know the ads. They're popping up in my head right now. And no, I will not horse around to make fun of them. I kind of did right now, sorry for that. But it's just, yes, give me the option to completely deactivate the ads. Now, unfortunately, we are getting only 2 radio stations, which I think at the beginning is fine. I think Cities only also had 2, depending on how much music they're playing, right? And again, as I said, I am pretty sure we will see quite a bit of DLCs down the road for that type of stuff. And I'm okay with that. Like, I don't see that too much of a problem because radio station is really something, if people want to get it, it's cosmetic, then you can get it. You can still have your Spotify running in the background, your YouTube playlist, or whatever you are listening to, right? So this is actually one of the features I do not mind Paradox trying to make quite a bit of money from by just selling a lot of DLCs on you, because it really doesn't affect you. Damn, you can even just look up the music and probably create your own free playlists on YouTube or Spotify or wherever you're listening, and then go with that. So that's fine. And I love that you can now deactivate the ads. What I also like now is, depending if there is a disaster or not, they will actually give you the information on the radio. And I think that's really important, because this might be me, and let's be honest here, it is me because I'm a dingus, but I had too many moments where I sometimes missed like small wildfires, not the big ones, but there were just moments where I missed the disasters because I was so much in depth in the nitty gritty of my city building that I missed a little pop up or something like that. And I think when I'm listening to the radio station, I think it would be a much better cue for me to be reminded that, hey, your city is burning. You might want to take a look at that, right? And this is a great new addition. I know, again, they had something very similar in the first one, but I do sometimes miss them. Yeah, because I was too laser focused on something, and I'm hoping putting it into the radio station will fix that issue. Now, I think those are the only like big things which are really changing something gameplay wise, and I think that's okay. I still enjoyed it. That was good. I'm always happy to see more of Cities Skylines 2, and this is good. So with that said, I would still say we're wrapping it up here. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you love strategy games. That's what the Mole Under Management channel is all about. I'm focusing completely here on strategy games, real-time strategy games, city building games, management games, turn-based games, everything which is fitting into the niche of strategy games is what I'm doing here on the channel, and that's the sole purpose. So if you love strategy games, that's the channel for you, or so I hope. We're also doing reviews on new strategy games coming out, and I can already tell you the next few months will be crazy. We have so many amazing strategy games coming out. Cities Skylines 2, of course, but so many more. So if you want to stay up to date with that, again, consider to subscribe, and check also out my other channels I have here on YouTube focusing on different things. With that said, thank you so much for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.